Welcome back, everyone, to our Let's Play series of Motorsport Manager. So we're coming off of a great race, both monetarily and finish position on the podium. So I am very excited about that. Now, in the team standings, you can see it is very close here from second to fourth. So we can bounce around just depending on how everybody does from week to week. You can see there is a clear leader in Lancaster Performance. But again, we're not going to worry a whole lot about that. Our job security is really all we have to worry about as far as where we finish. We said we would finish third or above. Right now we're below that, but you can see it's not really affecting the chairman happiness. And as long as that's the case, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time worrying about it. Let's go ahead and get started with our male. Car condition, again, is somewhere around 50 to 55. We've seen that quite a bit. Our pit crew had a great performance, 0 mistakes. That is what we're looking for. So I guess I'm going to have to continue dealing with that on a week-by-week basis because I was very unhappy with the auto manage and how it was working out. I would love to go back to the auto manage, but it just doesn't look like that is going to be in the cards for us, at least for the time being. All right, so has it become too predictable? The answer is not at all. Things were happening based on team results, which is how it's supposed to be in racing. Okay, we've got a new component coming in 11 days. That's going to be our new brake package, which in all likelihood will be the last new, brand new part that will actually be able to use this season. The rest of them are probably going to have a lot of warnings on them, and we'll have to, bring those over to next season. So we're here, we've got several races to go. We're basically in the middle part of our schedule right now. And so I think timing-wise, we're doing good on developing our parts. Let's take a quick look at our pit crew. Go ahead and remove the fatigued ones. Let's see what we've got. All right, we got one in here at 80, and you can see one mistake already there. Let's see. Let's see about Benson. I am inclined to get rid of Benson. Let's see who we can hire. Okay, we immediately get rid of the mistake chances. And this is not a good one. The rear jack being 10 does not enthuse me. Okay, I really like this guy. Let's go ahead and hire him. So the 200,000 really doesn't faze me very much at this point. Let's see, 10 and 11. Okay, I mean, not bad overall. Let's take a look back at some of our other guys. And yeah, 10 on tires would be good, no doubt. Okay, I kind of thought it was going to do that. It takes our guy with the 12 on the tire fixing and puts him in. All right, so I like that. I like that. Everybody else's stamina looks pretty good, actually. Let's go back over to the hire screen, and I don't like the 2 on refueling, so I'm not going to hire him. We don't really need somebody right now. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to there we go. So let's get rid of them. We've got plenty of folks to put in right now. And at this point, I think what I'm likely to do is just try to swap out what we've got, and we'll just keep an eye on the hire screen. And if we can get some more folks like this, and we'll just gradually try to get better as time will allow. But for now, we're not going to worry too much about how good or bad they are. We just want to keep them fresh as far as this stamina is concerned. All right, let's move forward a couple of days for that car repair to be done. We'll get some new sponsorship offers as well. You see those starting to pop in. And now on improving the parts, this is going to be huge for us. So we're going to have all of these parts done before the next race. And then we'll have a new brake component that will come in. It will slide in above here, and then we'll be able to work on it moving forward, and then any additional parts that would build beyond that. But it's really good to be in that part of the season where we can really focus on that. And realistically, we haven't done a whole lot of anything for car number 2 specifically with regards to reliability. So I'm very happy about that as well. We've been able to get by with the new parts we've developed as we've moved them down and so on. It's been nice to be able to focus this much on car number 1 and the parts for car number 1. So we're going to let this run its course. For now, we'll let the sponsorship offers come in. And let's see, we got a new vote. This is for the pole position points. And looks like most everybody's against it. I'm going to go ahead and vote against it as well. Okay, so 5-3. It goes down. It's kind of what I thought was going to happen. All right, new sponsorship offers. How many do we have open? We have 3 slots open right now. We can go ahead and check this one out. Okay, again, we're now into the 2-star offers, so we'll take that. Wow, target position is 7th or above here. And not a whole lot of difference as far as the bonus payout at the race. The biggest difference would be the upfront money. So I think we're just going to take this upfront money and be done with it. Okay. And then we'll let some offers hopefully pop into here. We got 29 more days, so plenty of time for that to happen. More scouting reports coming in. We've got a brake package that is almost done. Okay, again, not worried too much about scouting reports right now. All right, there's our new brake build. So let's come back over and see how close they are to being done. We know they'll be done before the next race. Okay, not bad. So we got our new brake package that's going to slide in and be very nice once it is done. But for now, we need to come back over to reliability because I do want to use this new brake package as soon as we can. And let's see, reliability 8 and 3. Let's swap back over. Okay, good. So we'll be done before the next race starts, and then we'll get back to the performance aspect of it. Okay, is there anybody I really want to move out of here on the performance side of things and just make some room realistically? Actually, not really. I do want to get some guys done. Looks like we're just going to have to wait. No problem in waiting on this particular part because we can't use it this season anyway. So that's not a huge issue. And all right, gearbox, I think we can actually do better on this one. Let's see, 424. Can we do better than 424? No, we cannot. All right, we're going to have to start trying to get somewhere on this. All right, so this is going to be a throwaway part, but let's see, what were we at already on this? Gearbox 424. Okay, then these numbers are actually a little higher than I thought they were going to be. All right, so let's just do... no, actually, let's take the 3 days off. That will help. This is going, like I said, it's going to be a throwaway part anyway to try to get us up to these great components because I see a plus 60 up here I'd like to get to. So let's go ahead and do that one. And that should get us to 3 components available next time. There we go. Now we've got sponsorship offers. All right, a couple of 2 stars and a 1 star. So automatically I don't like this one. And quite frankly, I don't really like any of these. This is our best offer, but yeah, none of these are really exciting for me. Okay, there we go. So now let's see what we've got here. Okay, a 3-star offer. I like the look of that. Still don't like the look of this offer. Still really don't like any of these offers, but I'm going to take this one. This one's not the worst we've ever seen. It's just not all that great either. So we'll take this. And you can see this is really the first time we've been in here to point out our marketability. We're now in 3-star territory, at least for a little while. I think this is going to drop away. We need to be at 50%. You can see we're barely there. And the reason I say it's going to fall away is because I believe we have some temporary bonuses on a couple of our drivers that are actually going to go away and drop this below 50% and get us back down to 2 stars, I believe. Hopefully that's not the case, but I believe it is going to be the case going forward. All right, for now, let's take a look. Okay, all of our staff is indeed on reliability. I had one of those moments where I couldn't remember if I moved them all back over or not. Okay, some more emails to go through. Oh, we're launching a cookbook. Marketability plus 25. All right, we like that. That's going to help out. We'll take all the marketability we can get, even if they're short term. All right, now here is our annual opportunity to propose a vote. We're going to reject that because I don't really have anything that I want to get done or accomplished in next year's rules. So we're going to pass that one by. There we go. There's our new gearbox. Okay, reliability work is now done. All right, Sophia is back with some more compliments. That is good. This time it's about the brakes. I like it. All right, we got our new gearbox build, which unfortunately isn't all that exciting. All right, so you can see it's not going to be as good. This is a throwaway build to get us to 3 slots because I want that. 70 to the max is good, but I'm going to take the plus 60 because I don't have to worry about doing anything with it once we get it into the factory. All right, so what can we do? Is there anything that would be helpful? No, really nothing helpful here. The minus 3 days is about the best. And let's see, what can we get with 4 slots? Reliability, we don't care. And wow, so nothing there. There is nothing. I mean, the red zone minus 25% is nice, but as we've seen, it's really not needed during the races. All right, so the epic components are terrible for our purposes. So let's just go back and that'll get us up to 483, and then we'll be done developing these parts for next season. Okay, so race is coming up in 5 days. We are done working on the brakes. Let's see, do we want to... Okay, we're getting very close over here. Let's swap these guys back over and simply work on performance at this point. And let's see, are we working on any parts that we don't need to? Actually, we can take this one out because we're going to have a new gearbox up here to work with. So that'll open up some room to add in our new brake package. Okay, we'll go with that for now. And then, oops, I need to get this suspension in there as well. Okay, we'll have time for that. We'll have time for that going forward. We're definitely not at the end of the season. All right, there we go. HQ building is now done. Our design center is now level 2, and you can see that opens up a lot of new buildings for us. We've got a simulator, which you can see is not very expensive. A wind tunnel. Let's see, what else we got? The helipad is now available. The tour center. So the tour center, let's see, it increases the happiness of the fans and making money. So it gives us 89 grand per race, and it takes 1.5 million to build it. The helipad unlocks the 5-star sponsors. Unfortunately, we're not ready for that. We're struggling to get to 3 stars right now. And then there are some others down the road that can really make you some nice money, but we're definitely nowhere near that. So this gives you an idea of what I'm possibly looking at for the off season and the next HQ buildings that we could get underway. I mean, we've got some nice options here that I definitely would not mind having. All right, let's go ahead and move on forward, and we are about ready to race. So let's take another quick glance at our car, and you can see a lot of these are getting very close. These in the middle particularly are getting very close to being done. Brake package here on the end still has quite a bit of work left to do, but we're in good shape. We're in very good shape. Okay, let's check our mail real quick. We're not going to worry about a preview. I like to keep it as fresh as I can whenever we get to the racetrack. All right, so 5th or above, 450,000, and that would be very nice if we could get both of those bonuses for qualifying and the race. We'd definitely take that. All right, tire selections. Let's get these. Oops. Let's get these taken care of. There we go. And the crucial components, we have acceleration, which is where we excel. Low speed corners, that's a spec part. And then here is where we drop down some because we don't have as good a suspension as we need to have, and certainly not as good as the other top runners. So we're going to have to hope that our acceleration can sort of compensate for that along the way. But this should be interesting to see how far along we can get. But for now, let's go ahead and move some things around and get car number 2 as good as we can. It's not going to be, perfect or anything, but that is definitely okay. All right, so now we're at a point where we need to swap these suspensions out. So we give car number 1 the best possible equipment. Okay, so that's not bad. It's what, about 25 points of performance value. And some of the other parts have increased in value simply because we've been working on them in the factory. All right, not bad. So we'll take that and we'll head to the racetrack. All right, practice and qualifying are now done, and qualifying went actually great. We missed the pole by, it was a few hundredths, not tenths, but hundreds. It was extremely close. So we'll be starting 2nd on the grid, and even car number 2 had a great qualifying position. I think they're either 6th or 7th on the grid. So not bad at all. Our knowledge bonuses will be level 1 bonuses for both the medium tire and the race trim. Our tires will be the medium tire, which works out pretty well with the starting fuel. Again, we will see how close on car number 1 we can get to a 2-stop strategy. If we can, that's awesome. If we need to, if we see that our tires or fuel or whatever is running out too soon, we'll simply do a 3-stop strategy, and that'll be perfectly fine with me. All right, driver strategy. Again, we'll be doing the engine mode on high. Yes, we could turn it down a little bit and make the fuel last longer, but I kind of like just going to see what kind of speed we got. I really enjoy doing that, so we're going to keep doing that for the foreseeable future, even if it means sometimes we can't do our 2-stopper. All right, let's get our camera all lined up. There we go. So we're going to be pushing with car number 1. Again, that's just to get the tire temps up. And then we will go from there once the tires come to temperature. There we go. We'll hopefully we don't fall back a whole lot here at the beginning of the race. Let's see, you can see the tire temps coming up quite nicely. And okay, now it's time to back off of there. Let's go ahead and push a little bit with car number 2. Oh, looks like they got a drive-through penalty. Never mind. So that's going to take them out of probably anything good going forward. So we'll just try to maintain with them and just try to maintain the pace and get what we can get. All right, let's go ahead and go back to conserve as the tire temps continue to climb. Same thing over here on car 2. All right, so we are in second position and looking good right now. In fact, and the best part of this is if you notice, the leader is on the soft tires, which means that they're not going for a two-stop strategy unless they know something I don't. They're not going to be going for a two-stop strategy. So what we're going to try to do here is just maintain a pace. All right, the guys behind us are on hard tires, so it looks like they have at least a shot at doing a two-stop strategy. So we're going to try to hang in there and do the best we can toward that goal, and then we'll just see where everything plays out. I don't mind running 3-stop races because it lets us get a little bit more speed and sort of dictated by where the fuel is, because I do not want to come down off of that engine mode. But so far, so good. You can see the leader is eating through those soft tires. Okay, let's go ahead and increase a little bit on both cars. Go back up to neutral just to keep the tire temps in sort of a range. Give these guys an opportunity to, particularly car number 2, let's just see what kind of speed they've got. I don't think they're going to have enough to get out of last place, but we'll see. Okay, so far so good. The tire temps are definitely increasing, but they're not shooting straight up, so I like that. All right, we'll go back down to conserve. I like our pace quite a bit. We're hanging in there. The leader is definitely pulling away from us, but not by a huge amount. Not by an amount that makes me worried about that extra pit stop that they're going to be making. Okay, yeah, we're hanging in there somewhere between 4 and 5 seconds behind the leader. In fact, you can just barely see them on the screen as we go through some of the corners. All right, so I definitely like our pace right now. Let's take a quick glance at the weather. Everything looks good. Okay, tire wear, again, looking at where our tire wear is compared to those around us, we're in pretty good shape. It is definitely, it's comparable to those around us. Okay, it looks like car number 2 is having quite the battle here at the back of the pack, which is actually refreshing to see. All right, so the leader is actually going to be coming in for a pit stop here very shortly, in the next lap or two, I would imagine, as they get well down on tires, and you can see they are really trying to stretch that lead right now as much as possible, which is exactly what you would expect them to do. One of the hallmarks of some of the best drivers of all time in motorsport is that they run their best laps coming out of the pits after a pit stop and right before they go in for a pit stop. Okay, we're 50 minutes in, and fuel is looking great. Really good, in fact. So once again, I'm going to try, even though we have, we're really low on stamina here on car number 1, I'm trying to stretch it as long as I can. Let's come back down there. Okay, we need to go ahead and get them into the pits and get them out of the way. Not bad, about a 55, 56 minute stint for Mike Ham. I like that. Okay, go ahead and fill up with fuel. Not quite full, but as close as we can get it. There we go. That'll get their pit stop out of the way before car number 1 is ready to come in. There you go. You can see pit stops for a few of the teams have already started. That puts us in the lead by a nice margin, nearly 20 seconds. Okay, let's stay concentrated on car number 1. All right, very good. So we're going to make it to the full hour, definitely, because we're there now. And we've got a good bit of tire and fuel left. So we're going to be able to make it an hour, 3 or 4? Maybe a little bit longer than that. So that's what we're looking for. And also the good news is we're not really losing any time to those behind us at this point. All right, excellent. This is really good. All right, fuel is burning down. Let's go ahead and come in for the pits. We've already gotten where we needed to be. We're in an hour 5, so no real need to push it any further at this point. All right, Lee, again, looks like he's going to be in good form. Sophia, not so much. So let's go ahead and once again fill it up. And bring it in for the pit stop. Okay, whoops. Need to conserve on car number 2. All right, let's hope for a good pit stop. Thing looks good on the jacks and the tires. Fueling, everything very good. I like that quite a bit. No mistakes, and we're off and running again. Okay, so now we are the leader among those who have already made a stop, but it's very close here at the top. Very close. So we'll see if we can hang on to that. And then as well, we want to see how things go with the first round of pit stops for those ahead of us. Okay, about 4-second lead here of those who have already made their first stop. So I'm liking that quite a bit. Okay, more pit stops. That puts us back in the lead. Okay, we've had some success at this track before. And so far, so good. Things are clean in the pits. Things are clean on the track, at least for car number 1 anyway. And so far, I am very pleased with how things are going. Okay, we've got a nice 4 to 5 second lead on second place right now. And we'll just look at trying to be consistent throughout this run. We'll go back and forth between conserving and neutral and try to keep as much speed in the car as we can while also not allowing the car to overheat the tires. At least that's our hope, if I can maintain focus on what I need to focus on anyway. Okay, weather doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue for the near term. And tires beginning to get a little close to that red area, so we'll back off. We're now up to a 6-second lead over second position. All right, I'm really liking this quite a bit. So we're now 23 minutes into this stint. Okay, the lead back down to about 5.5 seconds. So it's fluctuating. Sometimes we're growing the lead, sometimes they're coming back on us. But overall, very happy with where things are. Okay, coming up on our teammate at the back of the grid. And they were hanging in there. Car number 2 was hanging in there for a while at the back of the grid. Now they've lost touch, and these guys are starting to pull away. Okay, let's go back to neutral. You can see second position has now caught us. They're about a second off the pace and looking to get right back to us. So some nice speed out of that car for sure. We're just going to continue to run our race, and we'll see what happens. Okay, it looks like they're trying to run a two-stop race as well. Wow, a lot of traffic right here. A lot of traffic. A couple of A-class cars. The leader's coming through. Okay, second position hanging right in there with us. They're right on our bumper now. But again, we're not going to really worry about that. We're running our own race. Okay, tire temps still hanging in there pretty good. Okay, got a low stamina warning for car number 2. All right, let's go ahead and go back to conserve. Okay, it would be nice here if second position was, spinning everything they had to catch us, and now they've sort of exhausted everything, but they're sticking with us. So they've made the charge. They caught us from about 5 to 6 seconds back, and now they're still hanging in there. But so far they've been unable to make the pass. Boy, they are right there. And on several occasions I've thought that they were indeed about to make that pass, but they've yet to get it done. Now they're starting to, they fell back a little bit there. Oh, wow. All right, so they come into the pits. So they were making that last minute charge right before their pit stop, it would appear. Okay, and that would keep them in line with the two-stop strategy because we are now an hour remaining. So at this point, everything is looking good. Fuel and tires are wearing down right in concert with one another. All right, let's go ahead and get our pit stop done for car number 2. Get them out of the way. And still fill them up. There we go. The timing on that was pretty good because we were about to come in to have to pass them. And so that took care of that issue. All right, so new driver, fresh tires and everything on car number 2. Now we are ready to focus on car number 1 and their pit stop. All right, so we're looking great for this last stint. Let's go ahead as we get close to pit entry. Let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, more medium tires. We'll fill it up. Plan on, if needed, we'll use the red engine mode, the full attack mode on it toward the end of the race if needed and if we have enough fuel remaining, which we should. There we go. No mistakes in the pits. I like that a lot. That is very good. Okay, and of course this is going to be a shorter stint for Petra, about 10 minutes shorter than what she's used to. So we'll hope that she's got the speed. Her driver form right now is only 3.4, so that's certainly not where we want it to be. We would definitely like to see that much higher. Okay, right now let's see where things stand on lap times. We are in the, that was not a good lap at all. High 38s is not going to get it done. All right, there we go, back to about a 38 flat. And you can see right behind us, which is what I'm focused on right now. All right, so we picked up some time on them. We just need to keep right there in the low 38s, and then of course over time we'd like to see that drop some. All right, more pit stops are happening. There we go. We've got a gamble here at the front of the pack with the soft tires. I don't know that they're going to last that long. I don't know that they're going to last the 38, 39 minutes that are going to be required, but that should be interesting to find out. All right, more pit stops. Looks like for repairs there. Where is... Oh, look at that. All right, so do we need to come in? Do we need to come in? Let's go ahead and do this. We've got 30 minutes remaining. Let's go ahead and put my cam back in, intermediate tires. And actually, I think... Yeah, somewhere along in there ought to be enough fuel to ensure he gets to the end. Let's get him into the pits. We can stand a little bit of rain on the track. Let's go full attack mode. And yeah, we're going to need to come in shortly. But let's try to get all we can out of these tires before we do that. Yes, we're actually coming in... Let's see. We could probably last a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and come in regardless. I don't want to push this too much. I tell you what, actually I do. I don't want to come in this time. I think I want to come in next time by. Let's go ahead and do it that way. Okay, let's put the intermediates on. Fuel, we should be perfectly fine on that. Okay, so tires only. All right, there we go. We need a good pit stop, no mistakes. All right, there we go. And wow, very quickly the tire temps jump straight up whenever you are in attack mode. Okay, so we'll see when these other guys come in. I know you can last under a certain amount of dampness depending on your driver and things like that, but we were going to need to make that pit stop. So all right, now we're going to have to go into conserve mode, unfortunately. All right, so still out there on the soft tires is the leader. Wow, that's actually hard to believe, because now we're getting into where I would be very uncomfortable on the soft tire. We're in that crossover area right in here at this point. All right, so we have a nice lead over third position right now. And now they're into the pits. Okay, so let's see. They stayed out there as long as they possibly could on those soft tires. I think too long, but the AI in a lot of cases is better at judging that than I am. All right, Petra making a mistake. We can't afford to have too many of those now. We got 12 minutes left. We have about a 15 to 16 second lead on second position, so we're in good shape. All right, lead is holding steady. I'm going to go ahead to overtake mode on the engine because we got plenty of fuel. And that should help out our times, and if nothing else, keep these guys from being able to gain on us from behind by a whole lot. You can see they're coming hard, as well you would expect, quite frankly, because they're giving it literally everything they've got. But if we do what we need to do, it won't be enough. Because we are under 3 minutes to go. And we have about a 14-second lead. I like it. And we're coming down to our final couple of laps, and rain is going to hold steady. All right, let's finish this thing up. All right, looks like we have to go another lap. They're waiting for the leader to get there. All right, there we go. So we have finished up, and yes, folks, we took the victory. These are the kind of races that you're hoping for when you spend all the time on the HQ buildings and working on all those parts and all those sorts of things. So the fact that we have such great acceleration, that is what got us and brought us home here. We're making gains on our suspension, but we're still a little bit behind. But you could see here, we had the speed that we needed here at this particular track. So this is a good track for us and has been so far in this particular playthrough. Very happy with this. Scrutineering is not an issue for us. And boy, that looks nice. Not only did we get the victory, but a pretty convincing victory as well. So we'll bring home the full 10 points. And that will help us out in the team standings. That moves us up temporarily to second. Now, we're in no danger of winning this, but again, you can see second through fourth, very close. But that 10 points, that was huge for us, especially considering the fact that we don't get any points out of our second car, at least not right now. We will always take victories anytime we can get them, particularly at this point. Now, we're definitely looking forward to a time when we can expect victories in each and every race with one of our cars. Look at that, 558,000. We will take it. Excellent. So as we work our way back to the main screen, once again, a very good run for us. Not only are we on the podium this time, but we bring home the trophy. So thank you very much for joining me. Stay tuned next time where we'll be headed to Rio for race number 6 in the season of Motorsport Manager.